Hello, and welcome back to Half-Life 2. Once again, this clipsvh as always. And right away you might notice something. I'm on my own this time. So it's a little like Black Mesa in that regard, except Black Mesa I kind of started on my own first. Anyway, enough useless meandering. Let's just get right to it. So, no, not new game. So when we left off, we just got to the end of Entanglement, and we had to get that teleporter up and running again, because Mossman had used it, and she teleported away with Eli. All we know so far is that she's a Combine turncoat, and that she's teleported him someplace we don't know exactly where. And that's what we're going to find out. I think it's a good enough recap, right? That's about all that happened. So, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to set up some of these turret guns. We got to set them up good, or else, well, you'll see. Now, just like the other one, we get one short, so they're going to come from a bunch of different directions. So, Alex, come on, please. Putting this here seems like a better idea. Now, if I remember correctly, these should be the best spots for them. So we're going to leave them there. For right now, I'm going to charge up my suit. Oh. I'm going to charge up my suit again. So we're going to have to pick up this turret again. Yeah, they're going to be a little bit smarter this time around. They're going to start actually using grenades. They're going to send their shotgunners up first. So we got to be a bit more careful. We got to watch them. This is a lot like the other times with the turrets, except it's going to be a bit harder. Now, this light down here indicates how much the teleporter's charged, so we're just about done almost. We're just about done waiting. Getting closer. So yeah, I think I made a good call on these turrets. Looks like I placed them in the right spots and everything. Now, I don't think they come in from all sides simultaneously. I don't think that happens. Why are we using the crossbow? Let's use something better. Or something where ammunition isn't as hard to find. See, different one of these things turn every time it charges up a little bit more. That'll show us how much more we've got. Alright, there we go. This segment's a lot shorter than I remember. Those are some Combine elite soldiers, or they're supposed to be called elite anyway. We'll see more of them later. Now we're going to get a little exposition, but if you looked carefully, like some of Nova Prospekt and the area in the teleporter room, it was starting to fall apart a little bit. We're going to hear a little bit more about that in a bit, so I'm not going to say too much about it.
My God, we made it. But where's Dr. Kleiner? Dr. Kleiner, let us out!
Alex? Gordon? My God, how did you get here? And when?
What's wrong?
My dear, I had given up hope of ever seeing you again.
I was afraid we might not make it either. I think the teleport exploded just as we were porting out.
Indeed, it did. And the repercussions were felt far and wide, but that was over a week ago.
What do you mean? Gordon and I were just there a minute ago.
Fascinating. We seem to have developed a very slow teleport. This suggests an entirely new line of investigation.
A week? Then what have we missed?
A great deal, my dear. The blow you struck at Nova Prospekt was taken as a signal to begin the uprising.
But what about my father?
Well, that is most troubling. According to the Vortigaunts, he is a prisoner at the Citadel.
We've got to get my father out.
Barney has been leading a push with that very aim in mind. And another of your friends arrived several days ago.
Dog, you made it. Good boy.
So there, you see? It's not all hopeless.
I wish I shared your optimism, Doctor.
Doc, come in. Are you there? Hey, Doc, are you there?
Yes, Barney, and I'm no longer alone. Alex and Gordon have just arrived.
Well, man, that's good news. I almost gave you guys up for lost. We're planning to set up a staging area for attacking the Citadel.
Gordon and Dog can head your way. I want to get Dr. Kleiner somewhere safer. Then I'll meet up with you.
I'll take all the help I can get. Oh, crap! Incoming! Go on, get going!
Okay, Gordon, you heard him. I'll catch up with you as soon as I get Dr. Kleiner settled.
Just a minute. I can't leave without Lamar.
Oh, no.
Where did she get to?
Go on, Gordon. I'll take care of this. Gordon...
See if we can get a little bit of suit charge here. We get a lot more charge this time than we did before.
No, she's around here someplace.
We'll find you another pet head crab. There are plenty to go around.
There's only one Heady.
It's a kid with their first hamster. I think it's a little funny. Those are kind of nice. Alright, so as you can tell, Dr. Kleiner says we've been gone for a week. So, we think of it this way. Well, I don't know if there's really any way I can explain it other than, you know, the easy, simple way Kleiner explained it, but basically, something went wrong when we were being teleported. You know, the whole actual collapse of Nova Prospekt and the teleporter. And that might be what caused to make our arrival much later than intended. Alright, so we're going to be with Dog for a little while, but a scripted event is going to come up, so we're not going to be with him for too long. Although it is a really cool event, so, yeah. Thank you, Dog. Now, Dog thinks it'll be a cooler adventure to go and take on that synth instead of sticking with us, so he's going to go do his own thing for now. And there's some more of these Combine walls we were talking about before. These aren't scripted to kill you, as far as I know. They can prove me wrong any moment, though, but I've never really stuck around long enough to test any theories. I think nearby there should be another G-Man sighting. Here, there we go. And it's also where that music was coming from. If you regard it as music, some people might just also regard it as noise. Anyway, moving on. That was a pretty small map, all things considered. Okay. So in this chapter, Anti-Citizen 1, we're going to see a couple of new enemy types.
About time, too.
And we're also going to get a new gimmick. We get to have a squad now because this is the uprising, and so people are actually going to start following us around and doing stuff with us. Huge departure from Black Mesa, where you kind of just did everything by yourself and you only had really one person following you at a time. If at that. And keep in mind, Black Mesa is basically like a remake of Half-Life 1, so the original Half-Life 1 worked like that too. Although you could also technically have a squad in Black Mesa and Half-Life 1. I think you could have like 2 or 3 people following you at any given time. Anyhow, here's how you control them. You point at a location, you hit C or C. Actually, no, I don't think I can remember how to control them right now. It's been so long. It doesn't really matter at this point in time. The game will show us later. It'll tell us the key binding, so I'm not too worried about that. This time we don't have to climb up the ladder, so we just walk right past.
That small mine called the Combine can carry us there.
Gordon Freeman, you're here.
Dr. Freeman? We're coming with you. With you here, Dr. Freeman, we can finally make some headway.
Alright, so we have a squad. Okay, so X is how we send our squad to a location. And they'll just go somewhere. And then we hit C. I could swear C was...
Hey, everybody, follow Freeman.
Okay, so I could have sworn it was C, my mistake. Anyway, so we hit X, and that'll make them go somewhere. And we hit X twice, and they'll recall to us. I hate to say it, but they're not dissimilar to the Combine. I mean, they're not totally dissimilar to the Antlions. Alright, now, we're gonna see some CPs fighting us too. And that's because they are still CPs, and they are still humans. They're not really Combine soldiers. You might wonder why. Couple reasons. One, this is City 17. This is basically their jurisdiction. We're no longer in the outskirts of the city, where the soldiers are taking care of the rebellion. Now it's a full-on uprising, and everything's happening in the city. They are still human. Their minds haven't been completely wiped. So you might wonder, why aren't they part of the uprising too? Well, the truth is, if you want to think about it, some of them might be, and they're just dressed in rebel garb. Some other ones, instead, as opposed to that,
Sorry, Doc.
might actually just remain CPs and keep fighting the rebellion, because think about it, if the Combine win this fight, then, anyway, if the Combine win this fight, they're going to come at whoever was in the rebellion a lot harder and a lot meaner than they ever did before. So we're going to learn about the mines right now, anyway. Yes, these are called hopper mines. And they're called that because they hop and they explode.
Don't waste the
Now, I will demonstrate that a little later, but it would be suicide.
If you can get those hoppers up without setting them off, you can plant them wherever you want them.
I've never really been clear on how any of the rebels can possibly know that, but okay. Anyway, a hopper mine will do that. If you get too close, it'll just jump up and it'll explode. However, if you could pick it up with a gravity gun, it'll be disarmed, and then you can drop it anywhere, and it'll rearm. And you can't trigger it. Anyway, moving on. Jeez, just a head crab. Relax. Don't go in there. Alright, so a couple of the different enemy types we're going to see here. We're going to see claw scanners. We've already seen scanners before. They're the little things that flash the light in our faces with the camera. The claw scanners drop hopper mines.
Excuse me.
The other enemy type we're going to run into here is the Strider, and we remember the Strider because we saw that at the beginning of the game. Now they have a really powerful beam that can pretty much like end anything, but you don't have to worry too much about that since those are only used in scripted events. Now we want to shoot down these claw scanners because they have these hopper mines and we don't want them planting them anywhere. They make a pretty distinct noise. Just gonna get rid of them so none of my squad steps on them. So we've got a medic here, and he's denoted on the squad thing by a little plus sign on top of him, a cross. Now we already know what they do. When you have low health, you hit E in front of them, and they'll give you some health. Claw mine, the hopper mines are really only good if you're going to be ambushed by a bunch of combine stuff later on. So we're not going to be we're not going to concern ourselves with them too much for now. I think you can shoot these things and they'll explode. No, I'm incorrect.
Reload, Dr. Freeman.
X-ray 1, unit down at external jurisdiction 5.
We're gonna come in here because there is a bit of good stuff and a couple of hopper mines. There's a little lambda symbol here, so that means we got some supplies. Just wait for them to pop out. There we go. So you don't necessarily have to plant them as a trap for the Combine, but you can just, you can also just brute force them against the Combine, and that works too. Although one of the more fun things is to set them as traps for certain ambushes and whatnot. Now, yep, we're coming across another loading screen, just as I thought. But, that means we're going the right way, so it's all good. Let's see if there's anything upstairs. I don't think there should be, but I'm going to go upstairs and check anyway. Or maybe there is. Maybe there was nothing outside. Yeah, there is stuff up here. Okay. I thought I was purposefully going the wrong way to make sure I wasn't missing anything, but it looks like I was going the right way. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. No. Okay, whatever. Or maybe I was going the wrong way. I got your back. Okay, so we've got this watermelon. Another TV. Dead guy. Another dead guy with a really nice smile. Alright. Okay, so, I was right the first time. There was nothing up here for us. There's nothing here for us. So down we go. We're going to go outside now. Now don't worry, we will actually have to fight a Strider, but in due time.
Let's get moving. Dr. Freeman, we hoped for one more fighter to help storm that barricade. We never dreamed it would be you.
The barricade she's talking about is there's a tunnel up ahead, and it's being blockaded. And there's another head crab.
Hey, it's fine. You're not leaving without me.
There we go. Alright. Anyway, there's a big blockage in the tunnel, and we gotta get past it. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going too far ahead in my mind, but I think I'm at about the right spot. I should be. I hope so. Alright, so let's go further up in this building. Keep going up. Nothing here for us. We could jump here, but there's still nothing here for us. So we're going to move on.
Cover me while I reload.
Or this blockade. I'm not. I think I'm all over the place. Of all the things to happen when I did that, I did not expect the turret just turn around and end up shooting me. You know what, Brett's right. I have incredibly bad luck with these explosives. We should still be good. We got some bumping music playing right now. Certainly one of the tracks I like better from the game. We can use this to open up the way. No real reason we want to do that, but you know, we can. I thought he'd move. I didn't think he'd move that time. Yes, there we go. Alright. Let us move on. I've got enough health. Let us move on. We gotta go through this building. I don't know whether or not to... I don't know whether to call Valve out on this. You know, I will call Valve out on this. Come on, guys. Look at this. Come on. This is a finished game. Alright. I honestly do like Valve, so I don't call them out on too much stuff. That just seemed really obvious to me for the second I saw it. Although, you know, not everything can be completely polished. I'm just trying to cover for kind of pointing out a flaw in a game I like. And that just makes me seem like an asshole, so I'm going to stop doing that. Alright, so we're fully charged on suit. Let's go up. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, nothing for us up there. Is it still standing? What? I just don't have any good luck with these turrets, do I? Break, break. No, man, it reminds me of like those old kind of arcade shooters.
Hit in the gut. Here, have a med kit. Reload, Dr. Freeman.
Got some man hacks. Let's. Oh crap. I need you to move, please. Thank you. Alright. Moving on. Let's go all the health for now. Oh. Okay. As you can see, these guys aren't, they're none too shabby at taking care of, business. Okay. Moving on. Another loading screen. That means we're going the right way. Now, Anti-Citizen 1 and Fall of Freeman are segmented into a few parts. I think we should be coming up onto the tunnel part. Oh, yeah, here we go. We're at the tunnel part. Alright, so you know what? I think this is a really good place to end it for now. That's it for this time, and we'll see you guys next time.